Alright, so it all kicks off with Matthew Kidman, a seemingly ordinary high school senior, diligently preparing for the future, yearbook quotes, scholarship applications, and plotting his escape to Georgetown. But his world is about to turn upside down. He's about to meet Danielle, a blonde bombshell. These students are filling out senior memory forms. Kathy Regan wants to always remember a soccer win. Troy Kakmir will always remember his good head. Suddenly, we get the sense that there are two distinct elements to the Westport students, those with the athletic records and those with their academic records. We see Matthew is looking at a brochure to Georgetown. So Young sent us a tape. Great. Now there is even a video to share with all the school. Oh, there is his family, and it seems everyone is on board with the excitement. It's almost time for their last dance at school, the prom, and he will have a scholarship speech to deliver. As he's getting more and more into his schoolwork, he stops in his tracks on one night when he sees the girl next door moving into her new house. He's immediately mesmerized. And just like that, the wheels begin to turn, and Matthew's carefully constructed life starts to unravel one event at a time. Eli is still obsessed with porn. It's as if life's about to be lived. Oh, there is the student's principal coming up. That is where we leave off on this installment. We will be back soon for part 2. Come with me, Danielle says to Matt. So what's happening here? Well, now Eli wants more as he has only seen a glimpse. Time passes, and now there is a very determined individual who is staring at that home across the street from his. As it turns out, Danielle and Matt go way back, and in that case, we will continue where that last bombshell left off. We will be back soon. All right, so where were we? Oh yeah, just after Matthew and Danielle were in a seedy motel. And yes, it was a motel. The budget just doesn't allow for a 5-star hotel. Matthew wants to know why Danielle tried to seduce him like that. Danielle says it's what he wants. Is it? The film cuts to a pretty blatant video of Danielle. It makes Matthew visibly uncomfortable, so he does what any hot-blooded teenage boy would do and leaves. Danielle follows him to the parking lot, asking if she did something wrong. He asks why she tried seducing him back there, implying that she does this all the time since she's an adult film star. Heartbroken, Danielle explains that the reason she didn't just come out and tell him is that she loved how he looked at her, how he sees her. Then all the bad blood comes rushing out. She questions if that's really what he thought of her, and then drops the bomb. This is what he sees her as, a porn star, a cheap motel, right? That's enough to make Matthew swallow his tongue. But wait, that's not it. The next day, Matthew has a revelation while watching an anti-premarital sex ed film at school. He sees clearly. He races to Danielle's house to declare his love. But hold on, Hugo is there in his robe and isn't looking all too friendly now. He even has the audacity to invite Matthew in. What? The nerve. The phone rings, and Hugo answers. It's obviously one of the men who produced the film to tell him that it's done and to pick it up to be taken to Europe. Matthew hears, and it sets him off. All right, listen, here's the lowdown. Athena is shooting today. Come on down, I'll do you a favor, shoot your scene. Then you and the girl, you two start going steady. What do you say, buddy? Is Danielle about to be exploited in the name of art and love? She tries to pull Matthew away, but this kid is headstrong. Danielle's having a hard time swallowing what it is about her life that's attracting so much drama and negativity. Does the young Matthew have a clue how deep this goes? No, I'm afraid that answer is no. As the next scene shows our leads rocking up to some kind of adult film expo, surrounded by all types of unseemly actors and vendors, truly a den of iniquity. Matthew finally finds her as she's on her way to perform. It's clear he's in over his head as she lays into him. All he cares about is the scholarship. Her voice cracks with despair. Matthew tries to apologize. He asks the question to end all questions, or at least end this scene. What can I do? The girl pulls out the contract and says, You get me out. Then the two boys arrive. A lot of screaming and falling later. Matthew and Danielle take off. A man is calling her name. What did he say again? Athena. Who is this guy? Where's this going? The two lovebirds arrive back at her residence, only to find that the bad man, Hugo, has found them. All becomes clear. Hugo isn't some creepy weirdo, he's a producer, and they both want to make a movie together, where this time the exploitation is mutually consensual. And Matthew will have nothing to do with it, of course. He has his scholarship dinner to prepare for and to leave this cheap motel. Then the scene closes, with Matthew staring deep into Danielle's eyes, clearly questioning who she really is, if he even knows her at all. Oh, to be young and in love and a boy genius. Finally, it's the night of the scholarship dinner. Our friends are looking swanky and refined. But oh no, who does Matthew recognize in the audience but one of Danielle's male co-stars from the world of adult entertainment? The facade crumbles, and our friend Matthew snaps. After causing a fair bit of chaos, Matthew grabs Danielle and hightails it out of there. But why? Where is he going? This isn't your typical rom-com people. Where's that moral fiber these kids are supposed to be representing? Matthew drives Danielle to an empty lot. It's very awkward. And then things get heated again. He is angry at the world, at her, for being a porn star, for what she is. He begins to tear up his scholarship notes, and in a final act of catharsis, says he doesn't want the speech or the Georgetown scholarship. Danielle asks what he does want. He looks at her with raw emotion, ready to express his feelings, ready to go the extra mile, and Matthew drives his father's expensive automobile directly into a ditch. There will definitely be some expensive insurance premiums coming up, I'm afraid, folks. The final scenes play out back at Danielle's place. Our heroes decide to go through with the adult film convention. All is well, nothing bad will happen there, just a bunch of people who also want to be exploited. Oh no. Hugo has had enough of the young Matthew interfering in his business, and it would seem that he has summoned all of his big adult film friends to keep him away at this moment. Our young Matthew realizes what Danielle's life really looks like. The life that this scholarship helps to leave behind. He charges on stage just as Danielle is about to show her, well, assets, and begins screaming while taking cake to the face from her co-stars. It's pretty bad, but wait, it gets worse. As Matthew is being dragged away into the darkness, who should walk through the doors like a knight in shining armor but Danielle's best friend Troy. And let me tell you, this guy can handle himself in a bar fight. This might be the part where your dad tells you to cover your eyes, and they go to bed. And it was really amazing because she has been through her own hell, and she is still amazing and talented. It goes on. But as a certain robot might say, short circuit. Oh wow, Troy is really going all in on this boyfriend performance. Well, it turns out this is real because Troy is actually a police officer, and our heroes have been in contact with authorities this whole time. Wait, what? This is more Ocean's 11 than a rom-com now. Back in school, the duo shares an awkward but clearly charged moment. All appears well that ends well, but not for long. All is not as it seems. You've got to tune in next time to find out what happens. Don't miss next week. As Ryan delivers a heartfelt speech at the Sheridan Scholarship Dinner, Danielle watches him with growing admiration, a subtle smile gracing her lips. He speaks of moral fiber, putting loved ones before oneself, and fighting for what truly matters, words that resonate deeply within her. But as he acknowledges that some actions taken to help those we care about might not be clean, Danielle's smile fades, replaced by a flicker of concern. Ryan concludes his speech, emphasizing that in your heart, you know if the juice is worth the squeeze. This earns him a standing ovation, including enthusiastic applause from Danielle. With the speech concluded, the Sheridan Scholarship presenter takes to the podium to commend the speakers. After much consideration, he names Ryan as the winner. But Ryan appears shocked, perhaps because he didn't think he deserved it. Regardless, his family will certainly be very proud. At the bank the next day, Ryan tries to close the scholarship account, but discovers that Mr. Ruther, his teacher, has already cleared it out, a fact that deeply unnerves Ryan. Driven by a sense of betrayal, he confronts the teacher again. Only this time it's not in the school hallways, but Mr. Ruther's personal villa in Cambodia. Meanwhile, back at Westport, the adult film, created with the help of Eli, is to be screened at their senior prom, and Ryan's name is attached. Distraught by the news, Danielle confronts Ryan about his recent activities with Mr. Ruther, aka Hugo Posh, while Ryan continues to work with Eli and his friends on his latest endeavor, a sex education film series starring adult film stars. Distraught that he may cause harm to his family and ruin Danielle's future, Ryan is confronted by his inner demons. With his high school prom now at risk, Ryan is confronted with the consequences of his actions. What comes next? Has their journey truly just begun, or has it become a deadly game of love, fame, and porn? Can Ryan fix his mess, or will Danielle choose to abandon him, knowing his true nature? Now, let's head over to Westport High and see it all play out. But first, Determined to reclaim what was taken, Ryan confronts Mr. Ruther, who remains dismissive. With no other choice, Ryan joins his cohort on stage at Westport High Senior Prom and projects their adult film for the whole school to see. Enraged, Mr. Kidman storms the school. He heads straight to the gymnasium where he, Ryan, and Danielle finally have it all out. Kidman, now exposed as adult film director Hugo Pache, tells Ryan that you have to work with what's going to ruin you. And now, with Ryan and Danielle forever soiled by their film production activities, the credits roll. Thanks for tuning in. Stay curious, stay awesome, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more amazing content.